Welcome back to my BattleMap tutorial series. Today we are going to work next on our castle walls. In my previous two videos I did a castle gatehouse and then a castle tower around tower. So today we're going to basically make the connecting walls between them. So what you want to do is go to your template file, which again you should have from my previous videos, or you can just create a file from scratch. If you only need a specific size for a while. The reason I like to use my templates is because, well, a lot of times with patterns you'll get some banding effects. So if I create a vertical wall, I'm going to have these bandings, which isn't really all that bad because, again, when I zoom in you don't notice it as bad. I guess you still do a little bit on this one. So what I would do with this pattern is I would go left to right. Okay, and create my walls. So we're going to go left to right in creating our walls. First thing we want to do is we'll grab a guide and we're just going to put it down right in front of one of our banding artifacts. Let's get rid of that selection, and I'm just going to put it right there. And then what I'm going to do is just grab this square marquee, and I use 50 pixels per inch, and so what I want to do is then go from there, make it about 15-foot wall, which should be about 150 pixels. Okay, you can adjust this as you want to your preference. And then I'm just going to grab another marquee and put it right on top of there. Okay, and then one last marquee, we're going to come down and actually, I could count it out on the side, but I just find it easier for it to show me. I'm going to have a 45 pixel width, which is the same width we set our other ones. Our other battlements, and so that will give me that battlement. So then go to your square marquee tool, select your row, okay, and you don't have to make it this wide. I'm just making it this wide because this is my template, and you can always cut your walls down. So I'm going to inverse that selection, so I'm selecting everything but the wall, cut those out, so basically I have my wall, and then I'm going to grab my other battlement section. I'm going to create a new layer. Okay, and it actually looks like I went a little bit too high on that. Yeah, so we'll just grab our marquee again. I'm going to hold the Alt key and just go down a hair. Okay, so there's the battlement section. We're going to fill that new layer with our background color of black. Okay, and then we're going to select reduce or modify, contract our selection, and previously we had used 4 pixels because of my resolution, but again you can set this, contract this as much, and this is for your outer shadow, your front shadow and your back shadow. And I'm just going to cut and paste that, or cut that out. I'm not going to paste it back in. Okay, and then we can set the opacity to around 50%. And next I'm going to go to my square marquee again, start on my marker, and I'm a little bit off, hold the shift key, and it's 46 pixels actually if I need this exact. So I want 45 pixels, and it looks like I'm still off a marquee. I must have missed something, but again it doesn't have to be exact. I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to shift fill again, shift F5, fill that with my bat color, deselect that, and I'm just going to drag that over to here. Select that. Probably should have done this first. I'm going to modify, contract that, and I'm going to go 14 pixels. Again, this varies. I think we were doing 12 pixels on our previous. Not sure why that did the edge, so move that in a little bit. Modify, contract, 14 pixels. There we go. And then we'll set the opacity down to around 60%, and we'll see how that looks. So it doesn't look bad from there. From 100% view, it's a little bit thick, so I'm just going to go here, select the enter, and expand that slightly. Again, it's your preference, you don't have to do that, and that looks a little bit better. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it to the edge, and then I'm going to hit Control-Alt-T, which is transform a duplicate, and I'm going to drag that to the edge, right to the edge, and hit enter. Then I'm going to go back to my original layer, Control-Alt-T again, drag that to the far edge, okay, and hit enter. Go back to the middle layer and delete that. So now I can just zoom out, and we'll actually go the whole width and go Shift Control Alt T, and it simply populates the rest of them, nice and easy. Okay, and that's pretty much it. We probably want a little bit of a shadow on the inside, so we'll just grab our marquee and go right along the edge there. We'll create a new layer. Let's shrink all those guys down. Oops. So that should be, oops, where do we go? That should be those, and that should be the shadow layer. Okay, so we're going to create another layer. I'm going to put this just above this guy. And then I'm going to take my brush tool and flow. Again, this is a preference, 20-ish or so, and 33. And then I'm just going to go along the inner edge. Doesn't have to be perfect. And just go along here. And there we go. And then I'm going to put those back on. And let's get rid of our guides. And we'll put our grass. And there we go. Now you can put some shadow on the inside here or even shadow on the outside. That's your preference. Up to you. And we'll get into creating battle marks and things like that, wear and tear on your castle walls in another video. But that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.